From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to speak with U.S. President Donald Trump today as Canada's leaders scramble to prepare for a trade war with the U.S. The tariffs have triggered confusion as Canada's U.S. Ambassador Kirsten Hillman told ABC's This Week that Canadians are perplexed by Trump's move.
We view ourselves as your neighbor, your closest friend, your ally, a country whose citizens have fought and died with you around the world.
Trump signed executive orders Saturday to hit Canada with damaging duties of 10% on energy and 25% on everything else. Canada's initial tariff response will take effect tomorrow, too. It'll involve retaliatory tariffs on $30 billion of goods to start, with 4 times more than that in 3 weeks. It'll also include Ontario and many other provinces pulling American beer, wine, and spirits out of provincial liquor stores. Donald Trump says, quote, Canada's been very abusive of the U.S. for many years.
Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street.
Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew says U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods pose a threat to Canadian sovereignty, and he expects the dispute with the states will be a multi-year situation.
We are going to continue standing for the maple leaf, and we're going to continue shouting True North every time we sing the anthem. And if you have to switch to Crown Royal as part of us upholding that patriotism, I think that's a pretty good deal.
All eyes in the music world were on the Grammy Awards last night in Los Angeles.
This ain't Texas.
In a night filled with tributes to a fire-ravaged L.A., the Grammys concluded with members of the County of Los Angeles Fire Department presenting Album of the Year to Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter. While Beyoncé is the most decorated artist in Grammy history, it marked her first time ever taking home the Album of the Year prize.
I just feel very full and very honored. It's been many, many years.
She also won Best Country Album and Best Country Performance. Overall, Kendrick Lamar was the night's top winner, taking home 5 trophies, including Record and Song of the Year for Not Like Us. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Canadians managed to grab some Grammy hardware last night. Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter roped in a first-time Grammy for Dave Hamlin. The member of the former Montreal band The Stills was a producer, engineer, and mixer on Beyoncé's country pop album. Montreal conductor Yannick Nézet-Séguin scored his 5th ever Grammy, sharing it for his music from the Netflix film Maestro.
It doesn't get old, really. It's like we can't get really used to that. I mean, that album was just so special.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canadian RJ Barrett had 20 points as the Toronto Raptors beat the LA Clippers 115-108. Fans at the game in Toronto continued an emerging trend of booing the American national anthem at pro sporting events in Canada, ever since U.S. President Donald Trump signed an order imposing stiff tariffs on all Canadian goods starting tomorrow. Clippers coach Ty Lue was asked about his decision to sing along to O Canada.
No, I like that song. Yeah, and I heard it a lot of times being in the playoffs here, so I knew it by heart.
He said he had no reaction to the boos heard in the arena during the American anthem. Fans at Sunday's Vancouver Canucks game booed during the U.S. anthem too, and then Detroit went on to beat the Canucks 3-2 in overtime. The Calgary Flames held on to edge the Seattle Kraken 3-2, and Rory McIlroy delivered a command performance Sunday to win the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am by 2 shots with a 66. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.